What's going on, everybody? My name's Tyler. This is Sean. We're Rendered Reality, and I just spilled coffee. I said I wasn't going to do it. I swore, and I went to pick my coffee cup up, and there it went. But
he's like, he had to go find paper towels before the show, and I was like, what do you need paper towels for? Because you're going to spill coffee. He's like, no, I'm not going to spill coffee, and then he gets coffee and spills it on the floor.
Right, I know. I'm sorry. It happens. I get excited. I have coffee, whatever. But we're here for the VR. Especially some sim racing stuff, man. I can't stop talking about it. It's all I want to do.
Shoe on the counter.
Because
didn't your mama teach you any manners?
Look, okay, I have a little explaining to do. Yes, there's a shoe on the counter. They're inside shoes for driving, but everyone's making fun of me for my bare feet.
Oh, and yeah, I forgot about that.
I actually like driving with shoes anyways, because when I would normally race, you have shoes on, obviously.
Do they make you wear shoes? They probably do. It's probably a safety thing, right?
Yes, you have to. It's fire code. You have to. But anyways, I decided I would do it now at home, just so maybe you guys either don't make fun of me, but it makes me a little better. Because here's the cool part. You know, racing shoes have these like rubbers on the side, and I'm getting detailed, but you can do heel toe way better. And then on the back, it's a smooth rubber transition, so you can rock your foot smoothly.
You're getting so into this sim racing stuff.
No, that's just from past stuff. I mean, but yeah, but that's why.
That's your wheel too up there. I think it's pretty sweet.
Yeah, so we'll go into some of that stuff later.
I do want to mention
about my crap.
A couple things real quick. We do have some giveaways going on. We're going to give a couple things away during the show. We also have a $15 Meta gift card giveaway going on our Discord. If you go to the giveaway deals tab on Discord, depending on how many people comment, you might have to scroll up, but all you got to do is click the little party popper like right below that announcement thing on there, and you're entered to win. It's going to end tomorrow. Discord will randomly generate a winner, and then we'll send you a DM and send you that code over there. So it's kind of cool.
Yep. And I don't know if I put the Discord link in the chat. I meant to do that before the show, and I think we got slacking. No. We did a pre-show today.
We did do a pre-show.
So it was a whole thing, and we were doing some ridiculous stuff, which we will try later. We'll tell you about.
We can mention it now, actually, so people can be ready.
That's true. Good point.
So we're testing around some things on Discord for like the last 15, 20 minutes of the show today. We're just going to kind of test it out. That way you can call in and we can talk about VR stuff with you a little bit.
Live calls.
Yeah, you can do live call. You can either do just audio or you can do audio and video. If you're on video, you'll be on the screen back here behind us. It'll be kind of cool. So
for the moment, we're probably going to go with some people that we maybe know just to try it out, because we don't want to open up to everyone just yet.
Yeah, we're not sure how well it's going to work. And if it's people we don't know, you got to be appropriate. There are a lot of spam stuff going on, so we don't want anybody coming on no clothes on or screaming obscenities or anything like that.
Unless it's somebody AI.
Jeez.
Hey, we could always call. There's a 1-800 number we could call.
Oh, dude, we should talk about that, because I don't know, not many people have watched that little short video thing that we put out yesterday.
Dude, I can't.
Okay, well, let's just talk about Ghostbusters right off the bat, and we'll get into that. I'm going to put some Ghostbusters footage.
Do you have the video on that PC that we can play? Yes, you do. You could just pull it up, maybe.
Yeah, I can pull it up. Yeah. So, anyways, me and Tyler played some Ghostbusters VR. That came out last week. What did you think of it?
I didn't think it was as bad as some people said, but see, I was hearing what everyone was saying, and then it gave me the willies thinking about it, kind of like, I'm like, okay, this game's already dead to me. And then I played it, and it wasn't as bad as I thought, I guess. I think it's a good game if you like Ghostbusters. I think it's fun if you were to play it with somebody, but I think that just makes it fun in general. I don't think it's the game we hope for, obviously.
Yeah.
It's very repetitive, to say the least, and I think that's where its drawbacks are. I think in total there's about 12 enemies basically, and you get to them progressively as you work through the game and increase difficulty or maps and stuff like that. So I think in the beginning you only get see a couple, which made it feel a little, I don't know, just not a whole lot of context, right? I mean, it has some objective stuff, and that part is very fun, and the maps aren't bad, and it looks good. But
I had definitely some performance issues with it, especially when I was trying to record. It was it had some issues, but I mean, to me, we've talked about this before, and the way I kind of gauge a game of how much I like it is a game that I think about and I just want to go back into and play.
Yeah, I agree.
And this game didn't really do that at all to me. And they did some really stupid stuff. Anytime it's giving you clues or telling you what to do, it literally pops this thing up in front of your whole vision. And it's why? I can't even play the game half the time.
It was locked
enjoyably.
It was locked to your head movement, not your hand or something, where you could move it out of the way.
Something. I mean, I was like, why did they do this? That just seemed like such a terrible move.
Some odd decisions. I mean, I don't know. I still like it. It's cool, but I don't think it's something I would run out and buy. Now, if you like Ghostbusters or you just want to play something different with a friend, it's fine. But at the moment, I think there's a lot of other better games out there that you can jump into with friends. So it's a really hard recommend for me.
Yeah, I don't know. It was pretty disappointing. I thought. I mean, it was fun to like jump in there for a little bit and kind of play around with it, but I didn't see anything that was like, man, I can't wait to play this game some more. This game is awesome. You know what I mean?
Unless you looked at the back of the Ghostbusters van and you saw the 1-800 number that was on the back of it. It might make you want to get back into it.
So after the show, watch our YouTube short we just put out, because we were literally in the lobby and you have the Ghostbusters car sitting in there and it says on the back to call this number, and it's a 1-800 number. And Tyler's like, I wonder what happens if we call that number. And I was like, oh, that'd be funny. It'll probably like say, I who are you going to call? Ghostbuster.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I thought it would be cool, like an emergency line for like Ghostbusters. And I'm like, oh, this is cool. Like, I can't believe they integrated that. So I decided to call it. To say the least, it's not appropriate for anybody of the age under the age of 18. So whichever and I'm sure now that we're talking about this, it's probably going to get changed.
They're going to change it. Sure.
But whoever it was that put that in there, bravo to you. Thank you. It was hilarious. It made my day. It was hilarious. Oh gosh, we're in trouble now.
We called the number just out of curiosity.
100, 555. What is it? 23.
66.
66.
What did it say? I couldn't hear it. You got to put it by the mic.
Wait for your call. I've been lying here feeling want someone like you to call.
It was ridiculous. It was just so ridiculous because we did not expect it to be that. Like, we weren't thinking it was going to be like a
sex
1-800 sex line. We were like, so we were dying laughing, and the recording didn't really pick it up because Tyler called it on his phone and was like putting it to the Quest 3 microphone, so it was coming through a little bit broken up, which is probably a good thing for appropriate reasons.
Well, not kidding you, I was like bent over crying laughing as I'm trying to hold it up to the microphone.
It was so funny. So we'll see how long it takes to change that number, but the fact that, I mean, somebody had to have done that on purpose. There's no way they just came up with a random phone number stuck on the back of there and that's just what happened.
It's not like you're calling like Lowe's or Walmart or Amazon or something.
Yeah,
no,
like
it was
somebody
on purpose,
did that, and that's funny because somebody did that and was like, "Oh, watch it. Nobody's probably going to call this, but if somebody ever does, you know what I mean?" And we did. Who knows why?
I know. I can't.
Oh, dude,
it's great though.
It was ridiculous,
but it was amazing.
Though.
It made my day though.
Yeah,
it was the best part of the game. It was the best part of the game.
It was the best part of the game. Yeah, it really probably was the best part of the game. But Did you try the mixed reality function in it?
No, with the
I don't know if I recorded
the little fuzzy
so it's these guys in the beginning. So I did do it, and it was actually kind of cool. I thought that part was kind of neat, but the gameplay itself was kind of pretty lackluster, so it's not something I want to play a bunch. But it was pretty cool because the whole like ceiling of your room got ripped off, you know, and then the big guys up there and throwing little bomb guys and stuff down at you. So everything's kind of above you coming down, and it's kind of a neat feeling because it just feels like your ceiling got ripped off and there's some huge guy standing above you. Yeah, that was kind of neat, but the gameplay was really lacking.
I love all this mixed reality stuff. I haven't found any of it that still isn't gimmicky to me. I guess
it's all
it's
gimmicky
fun.
right
like
now,
it's fun. It's cool to try, but there's been nothing that. Well, I can't say that. So I will say. So Drop Dead the Cabin. I actually had a lot of fun with that one.
Did you try the mixed reality?
Oh yeah,
I did too.
I played the crap out of it.
Did you?
But I was so fearful I was going to break something down here. Because for whatever reason, I have all this too set up as like a desk and counter and stuff in the MR for Meta. And it put the unit where you had to hit the button on top of this counter here, and there's like lights right up above us.
It did that to me too.
So I was like trying to get around stuff, and I think at the time the microphones were still sitting here, and I was like, in mixed reality, you don't really see it. And in panic mode when you're shooting, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna break something. So I kind of held back a little bit, but I had a lot of fun with it actually.
This was one of the cooler ones. I did this too, and this was probably one of the cooler ones because you could put windows and doors in your room, and so. You know,
you can go full screen. Go for.
I had the. So there was one window on my TV, which also made me a little bit nervous because that was probably a really bad idea looking at it. Because at one point in time, I had the axe, and I was thinking as these guys are coming through the window and I'm swinging at them, I'm literally swinging at my TV, and you kind of forget sometimes how close you are to something. So I didn't hit my TV, luckily, but in the future, I was like, that is a terrible place to put a window for this game. So I won't do that again. But I had the door on the actual door.
So the other thing you can do in the setup, you can set up something on the wall as a piece of like wall art, like art. So I think what I'm assuming is if the game is smart enough, the developers want to, they can keep stuff maybe away from that was my guess. So I actually set my TV up as art just in case,
I never thought of
it's
that.
a little bit smarter maybe that they would try to anticipate that. I don't know
it
that,
was
but
kind of a blank wall, and I was like, this would be a good spot to put a window for them to crawl through. But
No,
that
I
was
agree.
a terrible idea after thinking about it. The problem is, and I should probably show this other video.
My other recommendation, if you have a door and you set a door up, make sure you open it, because like in games like this, you can reach your gun out, and I found myself hitting my doors because I wanted to keep shooting at them.
That's what I was just going to
Yeah.
So
Open your door.
My problem is
window.
that when you play like a game in mixed reality, at first you realize everything that's really going on.
But you get into the
your,
game.
your surroundings. But once you really get into the game,
Yeah.
you really do kind of forget. So like this video clip here was the first time I ever tried this. I played it more after I recorded this a little bit. And when you start to get into it, I forget that I can't walk through that door. Like, because in the game, you can go outside.
Correct.
So in my head, I'm like, I want to walk out that door, but my door was closed. And luckily I didn't run into it, but I had to keep reminding myself, don't go through the door.
I think games like this, and I think we'll get into, this eventually, they should still have like, in this you have boards that get broken out. I feel like you should still have a board there that makes us feel like you couldn't walk through it still.
That's true.
And the zombies would just jump over it then at that point. But there still would be something there that makes you think.
But that, again, this is kind of why these are all just little test bed things. You know what I mean? There's not like a lot of full blown. And this, I realized this popped out of the ground, and I didn't realize it at first. And then I was like, oh crap, I went to grab stuff and it closed because it was open for so long. Like I said, this was the first time I played it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I think it has potential still in the future. Like I think this game is probably one of the better demonstrations of it, and I really liked it. But I almost need, like, I want to be able to map out bigger spaces. So I want to be able to map, and I haven't tested that exactly yet, but I want to be able to take that door and actually, like, for them in the game, actually make that an open door, be able to walk into the next room, that room be like you're outside, but have it mapped to be closed in by barrels or whatever, so you can't walk into a
Past
wall.
a point,
you know what I mean? Like, that's kind of more of what I see the future of this is, and it's a hard thing because everybody's spaces are different sizes and different, you know what I mean? Like, I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, you still have to have some type of guardian system at a point.
Sure, yeah.
Because you get so involved in the game. Like when we play, which we'll talk about too, Arizona Sunshine, we go hard and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I couldn't, like the horde mode in that, we would spend hours doing that. We would go through an hour session in one horde.
Can you imagine, though, having that in a gym?
Sweating. Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Like in a gymnasium where we could literally run around. Like, I don't know if there's been other games that do that. And it's hard because not everybody has access to that kind of stuff. And it's not like one evening we're like, hey, let's go to the gymnasium and play Arizona Sunshine.
It doesn't matter.
Horde, you know what I mean?
Meta is still limiting our play space. I have a hard time mapping out my whole area here.
Yeah.
It limits me
I
unless
tried that too.
I found a way around it.
I did it in the basement of my house.
You have to start mapping in the center. If you start at one end and work your way towards the other, it's going to shortchange you. So if you start in the center and work your way out, usually I can get all of it. Just a point.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I don't
Start
know.
like in the center of between your two areas.
I'll have to mess with this
and then
more.
you could do it.
Because I remember the first time when we did, what was the Space Pirate Trainer? Is that the one that had the full room scale? Because I remember I went outside for that one and tried to make the max space. Remember, we were both playing and like you could run around the actual physical barrels and stuff in the game.
Absolutely.
Like,
that was fun.
That's a lot of fun. It's just the space to always have something like that set up is just not.
I mean, you always have
it's so
outside,
fun, though.
but the bad thing is, on sunny days, it doesn't really work the best either. Be surprised with the new headset, though, how it would work. Just because of camera placement, everything's a little lower. Maybe it's not as affected by it.
Maybe. So Anakaze said enable dev mode. So I haven't tried the limits of the Quest 3 yet with that, but I know on Quest 2, enabled. I had Quest mode, dev mode enabled, and I was still pretty limited.
It's not unlimited in dev mode. Unless there is some type of debugging that you can turn on. I don't know.
And hopefully, but like I said, I just want to be able to walk through that door in my physical space, have the next room mapped out. And I know you can kind of do that. I did that a little bit in that one first-person shooter game that was on App Lab with the Quest Pro. But it still limited me. But that was pretty cool because I could run between the two rooms. But I don't know.
Yours works good because they're end-to-end. What I have an issue with is I have an office then connected to all of this area.
Yeah.
The wall between will not show up in setup. So it creates one whole space like that wall's not there then. And then it's an issue. Yeah, exactly.
That
so I have to limit it and keep out of there for that reason.
Yeah, for sure. But
it's getting there though.
But talking about things becoming too real in mixed reality, if you guys saw this, and it's not going to be full screen, but literally the in-game stool in the game looked just like my real life stool.
Oh yeah.
And I played this a couple rounds, couple fights, and I was exhausted. Like I could barely stand up. Like this game kicks your butt. So at the end of the round, I was like, And in my head, I had no idea that stool wasn't there. And so I sat down and just fell, and it took me a second. I literally turned around and looked, and I was like...
Because it's the same color and everything.
But I thought that I just missed it. I thought that I sat down and I missed the stool. So, like, my brain was seriously racking for a minute, like, what happened? And I was like, oh my goodness, that stool's not even there.
Isn't that sad? I know.
And when you watch the video, you're like, oh, that's stupid. Obviously, that's not the real stool. But in that moment, I swear... I almost broke my PC. If you look, the PC's all turned sideways. I fell into it. And I was like, oh my goodness, I broke the computer. Like,
I know.
But that's the thing that I'm worried about, running through into the door, trying to go to the next room. Like,
it's hard.
It almost becomes too real when you get into it. Not initially, but when you play for a little while and you get exhausted in this, like I wasn't thinking straight. You know what I mean?
You're not at all. And I've done it plenty of times. Every time like I play, and it's been a while now, but playing Poker Stars, I'm usually sitting on the couch having a cocktail.
Yeah, and you've tried to pick up the wrong drink. And I always screw it
up because I'm having something, I'll be like, oh, it's funny to have a cigar there and a beer on the counter and stuff, because that's what you're doing. Yeah. I'll reach out to grab the VR beer and knock over my real one. And I'm like, oh, crap. I wish you could just link them together. You know, I wish we were to that point, but we're just not yet.
Someday probably will. But I just thought that, I don't know, it was so crazy. I was glad I was recording that, because I was just trying to record. So like on the show, we could talk about the mixed reality and Thrill of the Fight. And that game was the Thrill of the Fight if you don't know.
Yeah, it's so
awesome cool game. And the mixed reality of that game is actually another really good implementation, I think, because when you're
confined too.
Well, when you're boxing in VR, it's hard to physically move around because you don't really know exactly where you're at.
Right.
When you're in mixed reality, you can see where you're at.
It's true.
You know, you can see like, okay, I need to move into the center of the ring a little bit or whatever.
But you're not wandering. Like, you're not running away from something, really. I mean, yes, you are, but you're still like one-on-one.
Yeah, I thought that was a good implementation. Again, just kind of a tech demo, because it's just kind of like they take these games and then they throw a mixed reality mode into it. You know what I mean? There's not too much right now that's like, well, there's nothing really, close to AAA mixed reality game that I know of, you know what I mean? Like, even close to AAA.
Well, we're getting some tabletop games that are pretty cool, though.
Yeah, I mean, again, that's kind of like the boxing thing, you know what I mean? It's kind of like a game that they throw it into to, like the pool games and all that kind of stuff. And it's still, I think that those are really good implementations of them, because if I'm going to play a pool game or something like that, I would rather play it in mixed reality.
Pool, ping pong, all the table stops.
Yeah, like those are all really good ideas.
Demeo and stuff. I mean, those are cool games. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They're good implementations because you're not going far.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
So I don't know. I mean, we are getting there, but the full motion ones are tough at the moment. Yes.
Yeah. True that. Yep. I'm not really keeping up with chat, though. But we got a bunch of people in here that we'd love to see. Philo, Susan, Anakaze, Classic Grandma.
T-Dub said that clip needs to go viral. I think it's got 1.3 mil already.
On TikTok. Yeah, I put it on YouTube, and I think it's got like 4 views. Right. And TikTok, it's got 1.3 million views or something. Like, I don't understand TikTok at all. Like, I post stuff on there, just like shorts and stuff.
It's so ridiculous.
But I don't understand how the two can be so different, like YouTube. And I mean, I guess just not as many people watch YouTube Shorts as TikToks. I don't know.
Everyone just scrolls TikTok, I think.
I guess.
I don't know.
I still don't really understand TikTok, but I figured, hey, I'm going to throw them on there. We'll see what happens. So, but that one actually did do pretty good on TikTok, but it's so ridiculous.
I know. It is bad.
So talking about Demeo real quick. Demeo Battles is coming out. I think, what's the date? November something? I got the dates written in here. I can't remember.
I'm trying to think. I know. One of them's something's the 9th.
Yeah, something is the 9th. It might be Demeo Battles.
No. Or is that December?
Demeo Battles is the 9th.
Yes.
Yep, November 9th.
Yes,
so it launches on November 9th. This is pretty cool just because I love the core game. I haven't played it much lately, but it's a really good game to hang out with friends and have fun. So this is going to be obviously a battle version of the game where you're going to have 1v1 or 2v2 battles.
Yep.
And I think that's pretty cool, especially some 2v2 battles.
Yeah, 2v2. Right.
Yeah, I don't want to take on Alex, though. Alex VR, he is like...
Right. He's a strategy monger. He
just
loves that stuff. He loves to think about it.
Yeah.
He probably overthink. That's where you got to catch him, is overthinking.
That's probably true. Right. Yeah. I'm not good enough. I don't know how I'm going to do in these battles, but I think this is going to be a pretty fun game to play.
2v2. Yeah.
Yeah.
2v2 is great. I love anything 2v2.
Even remember Call of Duty?
Halo? No, 2v2? Halo 2v2.
Halo and Call of Duty.
Was it Call of Duty too?
Yeah, because I remember the one map we used to play all the time. We would do 2v2. And we would have had all these crazy strategies because it would be so different than playing just a bigger group of people.
Oh, absolutely.
Because it was just, you could...
Lure a team in with one person.
You just kind of knew areas you could go and be safe, and there wasn't going to be somebody there yet. You know what I mean? After you killed somebody, it's just it's a lot of fun.
Yep.
But
I know.
Yeah.
I do love it.
I think that game's going to be pretty cool. What do you want to talk about?
Nothing. I thought I heard something. I think it's one of the refrigerators. I'm not sure.
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, it's a coffee maker. Coffee maker show.
Yeah.
That's what it was. Starting to hear
Be
things.
spilling coffee again soon. So what do you want to talk about next?
Oh,
Got
man.
a couple things to get into.
Let's see. What else have we been playing? Oh, yeah.
What's up?
What have we been playing?
Ooh.
Dungeons of Eternity.
What have we been playing?
Oh, man. It's hard not to talk about that. It really is. And I've been playing the crap out of it. Even by myself, I've been playing. I keep trying to level up.
It's a game that looking at, it's not a game that I think I would really want to play that much.
The only thing that sold me is because of how much in Rec Room we used to play the quest.
Those were so fun, and this is kind of like that.
I saw all this, and I'm like, you know what? It has all the elements that we liked in that. It just looks incredible. So it honestly checks all up. And when you start the game, it started off in a different way than I thought.
Yeah.
Because I thought it was going to be like an old school game, but it starts off as like a space travel essentially game and taking a planet and all this kind of stuff. But really cool. And then when you go in with a team, the part that just grabbed me is you step on these pads to go into wherever you're going, the caves or mission or whatever. It feels exactly like From Other Suns when you go up. And I like got goosebumps when it happened because I'm like, oh my God, this is just like From Other Suns. And I was freaking out.
It was the same thing because you would get your stuff, like your loadout or whatever, essentially, and then you would go to the teleport machine and it would take you to whatever world you were trying to go to. So there was a similarity there. It also reminds me a lot of In Death. It was almost like In Death got a multiplayer co-op mode.
Yeah.
And I thought, to me, I don't think it has to be like the best game ever to have, but if it has really good co-op multiplayer
for
gameplay,
single player, it does though. That's what I was going to say.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. So I mean, any game that I think is pretty good, once you can go into that game with your friends and have a fun time, that's what makes the game for me. So for this, like that's what makes the experience for me. And it is buggy. There's some bugs they still have to fix and some glitches and stuff like that. But that doesn't really bother me. And sometimes those things are kind of fun to mess around with when you have friends in there with you, right?
Oh, 100%. Yeah. It makes a game. And being able to trade things and give other people stuff. The health you can, instead of using, you can break them on the ground and share with everyone and stuff. There's some really cool elements. There's a couple elements missing. I just so wish if you got an extra key, you could bring it back with you and store it. I think that's a necessity to me. Yeah. I just feel like if you want to save them and bring them back, you should be able to take them in with you to somewhere else, and you can't. I don't really like that
you
fact,
could get so many keys stored up then, though, and then you would never have to look for them.
I don't think so, though. No, I never walk out with extra. Only like maybe randomly do I have one extra that I'm debating. It's like there's a small chest over there, and I'm like, do I really want to open a small one? I'd rather keep it and open a bigger chest somewhere else.
And I think it was cool, too, because at first we didn't realize the chests that everybody could get the loot out of there.
Oh, yeah.
Right, at first I was like...
When you and I started playing.
Yeah, I was like, oh, sweet, I got this and this and this. And you're like, oh, cool. And then we later realized that everybody in the room can get everything out of the chest when you unlock one of those. So I think that's pretty cool. I do wish we could get 4-player co-op. Hopefully that's something that's coming. I don't know if that's in the works.
I don't think so. No, I don't think so. Because their lobby designs are set up for 3. They don't have like extra doors and stuff. Yeah.
I think
they
4,
could, but...
I mean, I don't know. I think 4 is just a good number.
Yeah, because 2 can go one way, 2 could go another way, like that kind of stuff. I get it, but
so Days Netix is in here, and I know he is like completely in love with this game. He talks about it quite a bit.
Okay, I have a question then, a serious question.
Okay.
In the patch that they just had, they mentioned something about secret rooms. Do you know of any secret rooms that aren't like accessible or obvious? Because if there are some, I have to find them.
Yeah, we're still kind of new to this. Like we aren't.
I forget what level. I'm up to like 12? 10 or 12, something like that. I've been playing solo, but I saw somebody say it was a power sucker. It is a serious power suck.
Oh, yeah.
Classic Grandma said that. Horribly. I'm only getting about... So with my Elite battery, which we need to talk about that too.
Yeah, I think Classy was asking about that.
I'm getting, I don't know, maybe 2 hours? Maybe with that battery pack as well. It's crazy how much it's sucking it.
Here's the update, patch 1.0 3054.
Hopefully some of these battery optimizations help. And my brightness isn't even turned all the way up.
Yeah, me neither. I don't think I've messed with the brightness. It's whatever the default is.
Yeah,
so the patch says fixed keys and potions that were unable to be picked up. That was kind of annoying. Sometimes the key would get stuck like vertical and you couldn't pick it up.
Oh, yeah.
Fixed chest loot issues, including wrong tier, randomized loot, fixed player level getting reset to a lower level after dungeon run. You had that kind of happen. Improved reliability of save games in some cases, fixed various waiting for rescue issues, fixed exploit that allowed secret doors to be removed and pushed around. We didn't run into that.
Oh no,
one.
we didn't do that one.
The teleport blink cheat exploits. I think
We might have done that.
Yeah, I think Philo was playing with us in this one here.
Yeah.
He was actually the one that told us about being able to use the teleport to get through locked doors. And we're like, oh yeah, that's awesome.
was
But
funny.
that's clearly been fixed.
Yep.
So what was the one you're talking about? Secret doors, just the exploit that allowed secret doors to be moved and pushed around. So where are the secret doors?
Yes, I don't
know.
Like, are they referring to just the key doors? No, that wouldn't be a
wouldn't think
secret
so.
door. That would
No,
just be
that's
a
just a
locked
locked
door.
door, yeah.
Right. So after I saw it the last time I played by myself, I was like pushing on things and like trying to find stuff. I was looking for like torches you could pull to like open a door or something. No,
we pulled
we
the
grabbed the torch
wall.
off and light
Yeah.
it and take it.
I don't know
but-
what the secret doors are exactly.
I know.
Yeah, so she
I
had
know.
Classic Grandma asked if we talked about Genotype. I actually haven't played that.
No,
Have
I haven't
you?
either.
I haven't
Nope.
either. I think Paradise Decay told me I need to play that. And I
Yeah,
probably should.
I know. I look at it and I'm just like,
Yeah, I don't know.
it looks okay.
I could play that or
But-
play Dungeons of Eternity.
Exactly.
It's
At the
like,
point, that's where
I
I'm
only
at.
have so
Right.
much time these days. I don't have nearly
Me
the
too.
amount of free time I used to have where I could just kind of play everything. So now I kind of pick and choose what I want to play because I want
Right.
to play it. You know what I mean? Not because I feel like I have to play it. I don't want to play it if I have to play it. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
No, I agree.
And so we played Ghostbusters for a little while. And we're like, all right, this is okay, but let's go try Dungeons of Eternity. You know what I mean?
Right.
That was the first time we played it together.
Oh, it
and
was
we're
great.
like,
Yeah,
oh,
you got
man,
through the
this is
tutorial,
awesome.
and then I had to
Yeah.
get through the tutorial, and then we played together.
Yeah.
And oh man, yeah, it was a lot of fun. It was a ton of fun.
So did Days Netic say anything about them secret doors? Game is so good. He said, yeah, I agree with Fluke on that one. Fluke said the latest patch seems to have nerfed the bosses though. Oh, played it the other day, and the end bosses were easier than some of the normal dungeon mobs. Huh.
I don't know. There were some that were almost near impossible for us, but at the same time, we were going in with people that were ranked higher than us.
Yeah.
And we didn't have as good a weapon. So
That
that
one,
could be too.
what was that one huge bee thing?
Oh
That
my
thing took
gosh!
forever
We
to
thought it
kill.
was like glitched. We
We
almost
couldn't
gave
kill
up,
it, yeah,
and we were
like,
like, "All right, one
I mean,
more
we were
time." So we're
throwing
going at it.
everything at
Yeah,
it. I don't know.
yeah.
So,
Crazy. Some of them were hard. With lower
think
tier.
they can read that?
I should have blocked it.
I mean, it's small on the TV.
Yeah, they can read it. Trust me. Or you can put it on your TV. Oh, there you
Boom,
go.
now you can read it.
Whoa, I look
Those
scared.
are some good looking.
I think I just saw
Those
that.
are some good looking characters.
I just saw the bee.
Oh, Tyler's having nightmares about the bee. That bee was rough. I
No.
don't know what. It was just that one time too. Like,
The ones that freak me the frick out are the bats. For some
oh, yeah,
reason,
those
when the
things
bats
suck.
come
I
up
always
out of
have
nowhere,
a bow too.
we always have. Well, you don't have to have a bow, right?
But I always have to
do
remind
too.
myself, grab my sword to take this thing out instead
I
of trying
know.
to shoot this tiny little bat
I know.
that's tearing me up. You
that
know what I
moves
mean?
like crazy and fast, and
Yeah.
I know.
So-
Yeah, I get it. But no, it is. It's a super good game. If you don't like even games like this, I'd say this one's worth a try. I mean, it's not.
Yeah, it's fun. I mean,
Yeah, it's easy to use the weapons. So like you can just use a sword and swing a sword. So you don't have to
Yeah.
like you're not shooting guns, you're not doing anything like that. The bows are very
They work
intuitive.
pretty good.
I mean,
Yeah.
you can use them left or right
I
handed.
still don't know if it's quite as good as Rec Room Quest bow. That's still like one of the best bows I've ever
Because
used. I
that
don't know
bow
why.
auto reloaded, I think, and you could just rapid
No.
fire, wasn't it?
I don't think so. Well, maybe, but I mean, it's not so much having pull the arrow. It's just I don't know, like the accuracy of what I could do on that with that Rec Room
Right.
Quest bow. I don't know what it was.
I know.
But now I've been using the crossbow.
It's
and,
because that bow, I think, was so slow and the enemies didn't move that you could like lob shots.
yeah, that's
Where
probably
this
true. too.
enemies, there's some enemies that will dodge
oh,
bow
they'll
shots.
blink and change positions.
That
and
too.
all kinds of
the
stuff.
ones that
so.
dodge it, the green
Yeah.
or blue ones, I forget.
So let me know who got that code too. Hopefully somebody got that code because it's an awesome game. I'm sure a lot of people,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
I see so many people talking about
We
how
will play.
great it is. So I'm sure there's a lot of people that are already in here that
Yeah.
already have it. But
Everyone's saying bats are a nightmare. Or he said bars are a nightmare, but I think he meant bats.
bats,
I
yeah,
think.
bats.
Unless he's
I
talking
usually
about the
freeze
secret door.
They're winged and with ice.
Oh,
Gandalf
yeah.
stick and let Fluke pick them off. Yeah,
That's
and,
true.
I mean, that's the other
That's
thing. I
true.
feel like the game can be as simplified or complicated as you want. Like you can just go in,
Right.
You know, maybe once you get higher level, you got to do a lot of the potions and stuff like that.
Well,
but
yeah, and then you can collect the gems to use with the staffs and
I
stuff to
haven't-
have different
I
types
haven't
of
tried that yet.
power.
I'm still
like,
pretty noob at it, but I'm loving it.
oh, it's so cool.
So,
I
it's
love
fun.
it.
Yeah, it's still
good
a lot
stuff.
to learn.
I still haven't figured out what's the deal with the creepy guy. Okay, where you pick where you're going, your maps, and you go down the steps, and there's that creepy guy standing over that pit that you can basically fall in and jump in. Did you do that? You didn't
I
do
don't
that.
remember that. No.
What is that guy all about? What is that for? Like, I feel like
Now I gotta go check that out.
I don't know. I don't know what that's all about. Or
the
maybe I
main
haven't ranked
lobby
up
thing,
enough.
like where you load in. Is that what
Yeah,
you're
yeah,
talking about?
yeah.
Huh.
Yep. I don't know. He's in the beginning in the opening scenes and stuff when he's standing like up over top of it all and talking to you and explaining stuff. But then he's down there and I don't know what he's all about.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Right.
So Philo said, I think higher level bows shoot better. So that's probably true too.
They do. They way more accurate. The first one's
Yeah.
very arched and slow. The one I have now is very like straight, streamlined kind of when you shoot it.
That probably helps. Classic Grandma said it's the feel of the bow in Rec Room. And I think that's part of it too. Even the haptics of the string pull of the
audio
bow in Rec Room. I thought, and the audio cue
hear that
when you pull the string.
like you feel it
I just
stretch.
think for whatever reason they did a really good job on the bow in that game. And for me personally, I think every bow game should kind of copy what they did.
Collect souls to fabricate potions. Oh.
Oh, that's that one of the one maps that you go into that you have to collect all the souls or whatever.
Right.
That's
Have we not done that then yet? Or are we not ranked high enough to...
Well, we did one of them.
Did we?
Yeah, that was like one of the first ones I think we went into.
I don't remember coming back with souls.
I don't think we lived.
That could be why.
I think that's probably why. So there you go. So Days Netic said he's the soul collector. There's like a horde mode. You collect souls and then give them to the creepy guy for the coins.
Okay.
So that's what you do. But we did do that horde mode thing though. Yeah. So, but what do you want to talk? Can we watch the Arizona Sunshine trailer?
Oh, hold
I'm
on.
gonna
I'm
turn
coming
this
for that.
up.
You're not playing that without me.
This game has me really excited, and this should be co-op as well because we talked about the first Arizona Sunshine. That was an early game for us that we played through the whole game together.
Yeah. Incredible.
Awesome memories. It was just fantastic. And this one...
But we were a little disheartened when everyone was talking that we wouldn't have co-op in this game, at least on release. But there's hope.
There's hope. Let's turn this up,
Let's
watch the trailer, make it full screen. Should we talk over it or not?
You know, we've got a lot in common, you and me. We've both been alone.
There wasn't a dog in the first one, right? That was Fallout, right?
Yeah.
When we find Patient Zero and we chop
This
him
is
up
the
to
edited
carry
version.
with us, it won't undo what he did. But damn, it's gonna feel good to get some justice.
You missed the other one.
Oh, whoops.
Must be the guy who bit him. Biker. He's Patient Zero. God, all this damn walking. Well, for Patient Zero, like he hasn't made me suffer enough, you know? Patient Zero, motherfucker. Let's get this party going! Heads up, Fred! Kaboom!
I love Fred's.
Just stay with me. Stay with me.
This reminds me of I Am Legend, right?
Yeah, it
The
does.
movie so
Absolutely.
much,
The
right?
lighting.
Okay.
The dog. I'm sure he just attacks you all of a sudden after that.
Don't say that.
Probably scares the crap out of you. I love it. This looks so good.
I love the humor in it too.
Yeah.
That's incredible. Gave me chills. There it is.
not over yet.
There it is.
not over
I
yet.
know.
December 7th.
Yes, it's coming.
It's not that far away. It's like a month, right? No, maybe a
Blah,
little
blah,
more.
blah, blah, blah.
That's you looking at me. like,
It's
"What?"
always me.
Play with friends. Wait, no! Friends!
Right.
Co-op maybe right off the bat? What do you think?
Friends.
Blah,
Look.
blah,
Oh,
blah, 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 blah.
I might have added that.
you may have. Blah, blah, blah.
But yeah, I mean,
I know.
wow. The first one was already such a good game and it was such an early game that if they can take the things that they've learned through the years,
Yeah.
and I mean, even this, just the stuff we see, you know, they
Absolutely.
obviously added the melee stuff, sticking the grenade in the Fred's mouth, you know what I
Yep.
mean? And the lighting, this
The
can't be
lighting,
the
I said
Quest
that's going to
build,
be
though, right?
huge for this now.
This has to be PC build footage, I would imagine.
I don't know about that. I feel like this game's going to come out, released the same across all platforms. I feel like. I don't feel like
Well,
they're
I
going to
mean-
release a better texture, better one running on PC. I don't. I feel like it's going to be the
but
same
Quest
for
3
everything.
improvement over Quest 2, obviously, because Quest 2 ain't gonna be able to use
No,
these
how about
that kind
that?
of lighting
That's
and
true.
shadows and you know what I mean. Like
Right.
I don't even know if Quest 3 can do that. Can it? I mean,
would
the
think so.
lighting and the shadows on here looks really
Have
good.
you played Red Matter 2?
Well, that's true.
Yeah.
But Red Matter 2 is nowhere near like as intensive as this game, though. Heavy with enemies and people and moving, you know,
Yeah,
bodies
right.
and
That I-
stuff. Like
that I
that's
get.
got to be hard.
Well, but there's a lot of scenes and stuff with some crazy stuff going on in Red Matter 2.
There is.
Particle effects and a lot of things in there. I don't know.
I don't know if they can pull it off looking this good on the Quest 3, then that
Right.
that would be amazing. I don't
Yeah.
know that I believe that. 'Cause,
That
I mean,
might be game of the year then.
Yeah. Oh man, I
know.
just really hope the co-op multiplayer is out right off the bat because that's how I want to play the campaign.
agree.
don't want to play by myself. Like I want to because I mean
Okay,
just
okay.
even the humor and stuff that's in the game is so much more fun to experience
I
with
think
somebody.
if this game comes out with no co-op, I will wait. I don't think I would want to play it without co-op. I truly
I don't think I would either.
Just
actually.
because
maybe
of how
just
good.
to go in just to see it, but not actually play the campaign.
Yeah.
Like we're playing this campaign together, and if we can do 4 people, we'll get 2 other people that want to do. I don't know if you can. I was the first. We only did just the 2 of us in the first one, but I don't know if there was more.
I think there were 3. I can't
remember. It's been so long ago since we played that actual game together. Like that was CB1 days.
The ending of that, the parts with the caves. Like I cannot forget. Like I literally felt like I was there in that game.
Yeah, you were freaking out because all you had was a glow stick and I had the flashlight.
Yeah,
I'll remember that day forever. You're like, Sean, where'd you go? Get back here.
Well, it was horrible because it's complete darkness and you could
scary.
hear a zombie coming, and I'm like, I could see a light in the distance, and I'm like, come back, like please.
Dude, it was scary. Like and I think part of it was too because it was early in VR, and I feel like everything, to me at least.
I don't
know.
I don't feel that way. I don't know why. There was something about that game that the audio was so good, and I think audio is just as good as visuals for me in a game like this.
Oh yeah, for sure. No doubt.
I don't know why. Like the feedback's like something about this game. They're doing it right.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Like I remember at one point in time when I heard something behind me and I turned and looked and the zombie was right in my face and I literally screamed.
Yeah.
Like, and I don't know that I would do that today though. After playing as much VR, like I just wasn't expecting something to be right behind me in a game. You know what I mean? Like,
Meow Mix said Saints and Sinners. Good comparison because now we have Saints and Sinners, which
really
looks
good
better.
Really good game.
But I felt that way in the beginning of playing Saints and Sinners when you like have them in the barrels and stuff.
Yeah, it's still
I
scary.
felt that way.
It's still scary, yeah.
So it's not that it was because it was
give you the
new.
chills.
I think, it's just what situations do the developers put you in that make it feel real? And to have a scary game, you need those like jump scares and pop scares that give you the feels of that. Like take you away, like, oh, I'm doing this thing or this puzzle, and all of a sudden there's like something like crawling out of a box or like breaking a door down beside me, that it makes you feel real. And they do it very well in this game, I think. I think Saints and Sinners does it at points.
Yeah, I think, I don't know the Saints and Sinners ever gave me the same feeling as Arizona Sunshine sometimes, but even the silly stuff, like if you remember going down the stairs and there was that refrigerator 100%. At the bottom and you opened that refrigerator and a Fred fell out like that. I remember the feelings that gave me, and it literally like made me jump, and I was like, holy crap, you know, and I mean, just the chills these games give you sometimes.
And I think it too, it's like, okay, it's limiting on like, they can limit you on weapons that scare the crap out of you because when you're out of ammo and you know you're screwed, what do? And you have to figure it out. I know there was a point when we were going through that game with just a couple random guns, and like there would be one there, and we'd both get to it. It's like, okay, who's taking it? You know, limiting that. Or you'd find the 50 cal, and you were like, this is incredible, and you grab it with both hands, and you're just ripping them down.
So
like,
true. I mean, you have so much more confidence walking into a zone when you know you have a good gun.
Yes.
And when you don't, and you're walking to that zone, the sense of oh crap is like so much more real. It's crazy.
And it should feel that way. A game should make you, it shouldn't just be unlimited ammo and like box crates of it. And
make
I don't
me sweat,
like that.
you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Make me sweat.
In this kind of game.
Yeah.
If you're going to do a wave shooter and stuff, by all means, give me all the ammo. But
I mean, I don't know. My hopes are very high for this game, and I really hope it pans out to be as good, because I really had high hopes for the Ghostbusters game too. And that was like, after I started playing this, I was like, why was I so excited for this? Because I guess just because it had multiplayer.
What confuses me is who developed it and how long it took, and that's what came out of it.
Yeah, and
that's what I just don't understand. I guess
it's a big name IP. It's a big name, a pretty big name studio.
Exactly.
I'm like, I don't know. I mean, to me, it just felt like a game that was made for kids, and it just didn't feel like a game that had much depth.
Like a demo, like a experience over a game. Whatever.
And I don't know. I mean, it was okay. I mean, and some people probably like it, and that's great. It just wasn't for me anything that I.
Is that what Arizona Sunshine's going to cost?
Yeah, I think Arizona Sunshine's like $60. But the thing is, I think you can pre-order it for $53.99. But me and James and some other people were talking about in the Discord, like, what's the point of pre-ordering these unless you're getting some really good perks?
You can get referrals for
you get a referral link for what's that, 25% off?
Yeah.
Like, that's a bigger discount than pre-ordering it. So why pre-order it? I don't know.
And if you're looking for some, go on our Discord. People post them. We have a game referral section. They're in there if you guys want one and don't have like friends and you're watching
and just ask for one. If you're looking for a game, just ask for one. There are a lot of people that join our Discord now that just want to post their links in there for whatever reason, which is fine. But you know, you got to also realize that it's for everyone. So don't just keep reposting your links, because those will get deleted. Fluke is really good at keeping up on.
Really, if you have like a new game, because you can search in there, they're probably already in there. So if you have like a brand new game that's out, absolutely welcome to just throw it up there too, because I get it. Everyone's looking for it at that time. So
I wonder if Arizona Sunshine 2 will have any kind of mixed reality mode. Because, I mean, clearly I think that game's going to be a big step above the cabin game and gameplay and everything. Like
the original one was.
The cabin game for me wasn't even a game I really liked that much to
Right.
play the regular game. The mixed reality part was cool, but if they could take Arizona Sunshine and really expand on what the cabin did in mixed reality, that could be pretty cool. That could be pretty cool.
I agree. I think they could because they had horde mode and stuff in the original one, so it's there. Could be there.
That is true. Horde mode was good in the original one, actually.
What's the? I just still wish we could have. Which we need to talk about that next. So good transition. The Dying Light. I so wish we had a true. I know everyone's gonna be like, oh, there's a VR mod for it, and I know, but it's not real VR. I wish we had that because that's a game that gave me the willies there.
Yeah, I remember you talking about that. Just the regular version of the game, not even the VR mod. Just
like you saw the sun going down, and you were like heading for shelter at that point. It's so good. But I wish we had
like
that.
the forest too, when the sun was going down in the forest.
Yeah, that got creepy too. You're right. That was a fun game too. That's
game.
still a great game.
Such a weird game.
But the which we still don't have the Sons of the Forest in VR yet. Where's that? I want that.
What was the segue you're about to
My segue was in Dying Light. There was all the parkour, which would be super fun, which made me think of Stride.
Do I have the newest one? I have the one we played. Yeah, I don't know if there's a newer trailer. Is this the same one?
Oh no, there's a newer trailer.
Is there?
Yeah, there's a newer trailer than that. Oh yeah, this was the original one I think from.
Let me see if I can grab it real quick and not cause any issues.
I know where we have it, but I don't know if it's public. No, it's public. It is public. It's up. I know it's up. It's up. Yeah, you can grab it. But yeah, so anyways, this was, I think it was going to be released as something else. I think it was just going to be called like Stride 2 or something like that, or Stride something. Yeah. Yep. Okay. That's going to be it. So it looks exactly like what I wanted out of the first one. And I love the first one. Don't get me wrong. But this does so much more because I feel like now we have actual maps instead of like running courses, I guess is a good way to describe it, where you're not as set on a path. You have more objective type stuff. You have like rooms you're going in and out of and stuff to do. I just think it looks so incredible. And I love the dynamics of this game and how it plays. It's weird at first if you've never had this type of mechanic for running and jumping and stuff. But once you get good at it and it like ticks and you don't have to think about it, oh my gosh, you can go anywhere, run. You always feel nervous running because in the original one, you have stuff chasing you. In this one, there's a lot more enemies and stuff like that. Looks to be, can't say a whole lot, but it looks amazing. Amazing.
Pretty much, what was that game?
Mirror's Edge.
Mirror's Edge mixed with Boneworks. That's exactly what it looks like to me.
Yep. I'm so excited about this.
All right, let me get this. Give me 1 second.
Yep. But yeah, anyways, it's a super, super fun game. And it's actually a really good workout game if you're looking for something a little more active, because you do a ton of like throwing yourself with your arms and everything and ducking and moving around. You've guns and stuff that you can use with the enemies. It's a lot of fun. Highly recommend it, but this will be cool. I'm trying to think, was the multiplayer, wasn't that added to the original one? Yes, I think it was. It was part of the original. But yeah, anyway, same mechanics. Can't recommend it enough. Yes, he's got it. It is cool though. Yeah, we can play audio on this too.
District under control of a dangerous gang called Empire. Stay undercover. Use your parkour skills.
The maps now, though.
That beat drop, though. That bass line.
So good.
The chaser wants to prove he's the real assassin here.
I love the map design now. That it's
it
more
does look
open,
really good.
you know.
And it's more realistic looking. The first one was just kind of like not places as much.
Yeah, it was more of a free running against time.
Yeah. With drones. Can you handle them?
There's just more like substance to it now.
If you want to survive, think like your enemy. Strike
So
from the
cool.
shadows.
It looks really good.
I can't wait for this. In this game, I just keep like wanting to push myself farther. It's like Pistol Whip, like when I play that.
They need co-op in this one too. I mean, that's a good
I'm so
trailer.
excited for this though. I
Like
cannot
some
wait.
games put out a killer trailer and it makes you want to play it, and other games put out a trailer and you're like, I don't know if it's gonna be good or not. But
Right.
at least their trailer looks really good.
Frank says, I wish I could play games like this. 0 chance of not getting sick.
Really?
It's
Yeah.
not that, I feel like it's not that bad. I don't know why. I don't know. I don't feel like this makes me motion sick because
But what does?
when you Minecraft,
But that was a long time ago
right.
too, though.
But because you have the you swing your arms to run, right? So I feel like that gives you like the sense of like movement, even though you're not running. I don't know why, but I think that helps. Could put a fan in front of you. This would be a sick game to have a fan blowing at you too. By the way,
Yeah.
It'd be great. But that would also help for not getting sick too. But it's so cool.
It looks really good, actually.
It will be cool.
Yeah, it looks really good. Let's talk about the Bobo VR M3 Pro. So
So much hate right now.
I've actually
I don't
been
want to talk about
been waiting on one of these for a long time and trying to get one. I finally got a pre-order in, and I was like, sweet.
I had a pre-order in like the first one. I was in literally one of the first ones.
It like popped up and Tyler got pre-order. I tried it too, and it wouldn't let me do it. So I did get a pre-order, and it says November 16th. And then a couple days later, a package showed up at my house, and I was like, what? Like, how did that show up already? And I looked, and it's not my pre-order. So Bobo actually sent me one out, and I didn't realize it was still coming. They'd mentioned something a while back, but I never got one. So I was like, well, I must just not be getting one. And then it showed up, and I was like, sweet. So I've had it for a couple days at least now, and I really like it so far. So there's a couple really cool things that I really like about this. And one of them is that you can remove the facial interface. And then I hate pulling this one out, though. I always feel like I'm going to break it on the Quest 3. So you can pull this out, and you can actually wear it, and it rests on your forehead. And this doesn't touch your face at all. And this is literally just like wearing the Quest Pro, which I actually really got kind of used to wearing the Quest Pro without a facial interface. And I like, except for the fact that in my room I have a lot of LED lighting and stuff, and those things will like reflect off the lenses that comes in, so I can't really play it really well with all of that. It's a little bit distracting, but if I don't have all those crazy lights on in my room, it actually works really good. But to me, it feels a lot like wearing the Quest 2 now, and it's extremely comfortable for me.
Yeah, I agree.
We can talk about the battery life a little bit. There is a lot of things going on with the Quest 3 battery life, extended
battery saver mode and all this stuff, but we'll see what that actually does.
Yeah, so actually one of the updates, V59 or whatever, came out with a thing you can actually toggle between graphical performance or battery life. So it'll lower graphical performance to give you longer battery life. Who really wants to do that? Not me, but I don't know. So I talked to Bobo a little bit about the battery, and I've kind of given him some feedback on the battery, because clearly it was this battery was made for the Quest 2 and it works great for the Quest 2. What they did tell me is that, your best bet is to put the battery on at 100% headset charge and go ahead and keep it on then and keep it topped off. And I mean, I think it gives you, everything's so different depending on what you're playing, but like an hour and a half extra gameplay with that on there. They said if you put it on when the Quest is below like 30%, that it's really gonna not work as well to charge the headset back up, and that's not really what they recommend. But
so when I was doing all my research early on, the output of, or let's go with the input of the old Quest 2, I think was 0.5 volt, half a volt, right? Where the newer one I think is 0.7 volt, if I'm not mistaken. So the output of all these older batteries are not high enough to give it what it needs. And that's when Mepper says it right there. 18 watt and 15 watt, which right. And that's what's causing it. So if you have a battery at full, it is still working. It just can't keep it. If you're at 1%, you can't throw that battery on and think it's going to keep the headset charged, because it's not.
But it did on the Quest 2. Like on the Quest 2, I could run the headset all the way down to where it was about to shut off.
Right.
Hit the button on the Bobo battery and it would start charging.
Either maintain or bring it up a little slowly.
It would bring it up. It would bring it
slowly.
up. Yeah, so on this one, not so much. So Bobo said it's only recommended not to wait until the Quest 3 battery level is low before inserting the B2 battery, as this will cause battery load and reduce power supply efficiency. It's best to insert it while the Quest 3 is still at 100%, which is the most efficient way to utilize the battery. I did ask about if they're working on maybe a new battery technology for the Quest 3, and they could only comment so much, but essentially that they are looking into other solutions, but they're also, I don't know if they've talked to Meta or what is going on exactly there, but they seem to believe that Meta was working on some optimization stuff for the headset as well that would be able to better utilize battery banks and stuff like that and the battery technology. So there's still hope that they're going to come out with stuff like that. For me, I don't really have an issue because I have so many B2 batteries.
You can just have extras.
Doesn't matter. I just keep swapping them out if I just want to have a really long play session.
That's true. Right. I mean, but eventually it's going to get down to the point where it can't keep up because of the headset battery internally is dying too.
Yeah.
So it's not the be all end all, but it works because I mean, really, you could probably go for 3 or 4 hours with 3 extra batteries.
Yeah, you can go for a while with a couple extra batteries, and I definitely recommend having more than one for sure. You need at least 2 in the little charging dock thing for the batteries because you just pull one off. That's what I do. Pop it on there, grab the other one, throw it on. The other one's charging while you're going. Yeah. So I mean, it just really all depends on what you're playing. Battery consumption of the Quest 3 is definitely very power hungry. It's a monster of a hungry little beast. But
so I was so over it in the beginning that I bought a cheap strap.
Yeah, show yours.
I bought a cheap strap, and what happened was I started looking at it, and I'm like, I swore it was a copycat of the original Elite strap for the Quest 2. So I decided to get my tools out and gut it just to see what was inside of all of them. Well, my old Elite strap, I didn't care about because it was broke.
Yeah, the side straps were broke.
Yeah, the straps were broke on it. So I didn't care. I'm like, I'll tear into that and see. And it looked like, okay, maybe this is doable. So I ripped into the new one. And by doing that, I found that they were the exact same straps. So essentially all I did was swap out the new straps for the broken one in the Elite. So it fits perfect. It looks literally just like the factory Elite one for the Quest 3. It doesn't give me a whole ton of battery, again, because of this whole battery voltage thing. But I will say, which is really weird, this battery is actually bigger than the one that they sell for the Quest 3.
It makes no sense.
It's double the size of it. I don't understand. I think it's almost double the size of it, which I don't understand why they would even do that. Because I am still only getting about a little over 2 hours with this, I'd say.
Yeah.
Still not enough. With the Quest 2 and this battery, I was getting 3 hours.
Yeah.
It was doubling the life of it. But with this, I'm definitely not getting that, obviously. But with them both fully charged, I'm getting a little over 2 hours. So way better than stock. Probably about, I might push 2.5 if I wasn't playing like Dungeons of Eternity.
The hot swap battery for me is just so
it is.
good. That's the only downfall to this design.
So my problem was I ordered the M3 Pro and it was supposed to come on the 28th. So I was going to be like 3 weeks without it. So I'm like, oh, okay, whatever. I'll live with it for now. Well, now mine got delayed. Now it's the 15th. So I don't have one. So this actually has worked great for me. And for the investment, I think this strap was like $27, something like that. And I had the broken Elite strap, which is trash anyway. So I'm like, you know what? Works for me. So for now, it's okay. But yes, I will probably switch back to the M3 anyways.
I love it. I still love it. To me, it's the most comfortable. I saw somebody said that the battery is too heavy for them, but for me, it's like extremely balanced.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, so what I do is I put this back part pretty low on my skull, as low as I can get it, and then tighten it down pretty tight. That way it doesn't have any movement, but there's a lot of cushion. It's always been a very comfortable head strap for me, with the Quest 2, and I still feel that same way.
And I think the more you use it, that padding might break down a little more so you can tighten it and it stays a little firmer.
Yeah, I don't know. I really like it. I mean, everybody finds comfort differently, and some people are going to find an Elite style strap more comfortable than a Halo strap. For me, I like that I don't have something pushing against my face, because when I tighten it down in an Elite strap, that pressure is directly on my face, and I don't like that. Where this, I mean, I can wear it without anything even touching my face, and all the weight is on my head. And,
the one thing I do like,
it just is so much more comfortable.
You can even kind of take away or add some of that pressure too by moving where it mounts on the side of the Quest, which is really nice, because I actually like it just balanced all around. I like the little bit of pressure here, just a little everywhere, and it takes away. It just makes it feel lighter to me. Yeah. Less pressure points.
I mean, to me, this is just, so much more comfortable than the factory strap. And some people say, oh, what are you talking about? The factory strap's fine. If you think that, more power to you. I am not in that boat, and this is just so much more comfortable for me. I still need to get some prescription lens adapters, because I can wear my glasses pretty easily with the facial interface off, and that works great, but I don't always play it that way depending on what I'm doing. So I still need to do that. Zenni Optical has some. There's some other companies as well.
Real Optics.
A bunch of companies making them, so I still need to do that. I was telling you, after we played quite a while the one night, I had like some eye strain from it, and I'm not sure what's going on with that, because I've adjusted the IPD and everything, and I know a lot of people talk about the binocular overlap on this headset. Right. I don't know if that's causing me some issues, but like it reminds me of playing in the Rift S when I would play long sessions in that with no IPD adjustment. And
that's what I was trying to, I think I've heard, I haven't measured it or anything, the amount of adjustment isn't actually what they say. That they say, because there's like a plus and minus on the pupillary distance that range isn't actually what it says, and you're already at the bottom of that range as it is.
But I don't even do it to the lowest setting, though. You know what I mean? I'm not at the lowest setting. That's not where it's the clearest.
What's the lowest
for
on
me.
this one? 57?
Something like
57
that.
or 50?
So I'm a little bit up. I'm like 60 something.
Oh,
That's
I
where
thought
it's
you
the
were
clearest.
57.
No, that's
Oh,
like where
okay.
it's the
Well, then
clearest
it
for
should
me.
be probably
And
okay.
so I don't think it's an IPD thing. I don't know. And I don't know exactly what it is, but I don't know if it's just that I haven't played VR a lot for a while. Like I didn't play a whole lot through the summer and maybe just getting used to it again, which is kind of weird. But it just reminds me of the Rift S, and that thing used to drive my eyes crazy. Like I would literally, my eyes would like hurt and I'd have a little bit of a headache after playing in the Rift S for a while.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's kind of similar for this. I don't know why, but
Right.
I'm not sure. I haven't put my finger on that one
Classic
yet.
Grandma said 54 is the lowest.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
So, yeah.
We also have another $15 Meta gift card to give away. How do you want to do it?
I don't care.
I got it scratched off on the back
We have
already.
it.
Should I go put it to the camera?
Oh, yeah. We can. You're going to make them guess on the last number?
I don't know.
Somebody
I don't
could've
have a
zoomed
hint
in.
for it. We'll just show it to him.
Okay.
I'm going to stick it on this camera and walk over
Oh,
there.
jeez.
Hope it'll focus.
That one should be on autofocus. I think but that's a tight lens. Yeah, it should be. It should be on autofocus, though. Oh, no. Nope, that one's on manual focus. Good. Oh, there it is. It snapped. You're good. Somebody got it now. Stop.
So
There you go.
hopefully somebody got that. $15 Meta gift card. Redeem that on the app or the website or whatever.
You are
We
welcome.
can throw that one away now because that one is spent and I don't want to try to give it away again.
If you chip my walls, I just painted all those.
It'd be fine.
Whatever.
It'd be fine.
I put a
So,
lot
do you
of
want to
work
try
in.
doing a call in real quick? We still have some other things we didn't talk about
Oh,
yet,
yeah.
but
What-
nothing that I
what
think
didn't
is
we
too
talk
crazy.
about? Let me think.
I mean, I got Micro Machines VR in here. I got Hello World
Yeah.
trailer.
Right.
I wouldn't mind talking about Sniper Elite.
You could throw that
Winter
Hel-
Warrior. Oh, I'm on the wrong screen.
Yeah, there you go.
So
Yeah.
this looks pretty good. This is only supposed to be like $15 though, and a lot of people are saying that's probably going to mean it's not going to be
Scary.
that great.
Right.
But Sniper Elite, I played the first one a decent amount.
thought it was fun
decent.
for-
I haven't played in a while, but
I thought it was
alright.
good for what it was. I just got frustrated because I got to a point where it wouldn't like pass a point of the map for some reason, and I kind of quit playing then. But
Yeah,
I don't know.
I can't remember, but I felt like it was an okay game. So for $15, I mean, this looks pretty good.
Yeah.
Sniper Elite, Winter Warrior, big IP name. I mean,
Right? No, it was a good game before, so I think this
Yeah.
is a good buy if it does come out for that. I think
yeah,
it's a
supposed
great
to be
pickup.
$15, I'm pretty sure.
If you want something fun, I mean, it's an easy
Power
game.
Wash Simulator. I didn't play that. I'm sorry.
I know, I saw some
I
people
had
playing
no
it too.
desire to play. I mean, it seems like people like it. It's got pretty good reviews, but
I pressure wash stuff all the time. I don't need to keep doing
I don't
any of
have
this.
any desire to play that. If somebody played it and loved it, please tell me what I'm missing because
Right.
I think there's a disconnect somewhere. Assassin's Creed, we talked about
I
that
like
last
cleaning
week.
stuff
It's
though.
supposed to be
I
really
do
good.
like cleaning stuff, so it might check that
If I'm gonna
box.
waste time cleaning, I would rather clean in real life.
I do that all the time.
Yeah, but why do I want to play? I play games to do things that I usually can't do in real life, or things that are fun to do, or
True.
whatever. You know what I mean? Like,
But what if you
power
like
washing?
cleaning so much you want to do it more?
So
There you go.
Go make money at it.
Yeah,
I mean, so somebody will pay you to do that, not
Right.
pay to fake clean stuff.
true. That's
I don't
true.
know. Somebody
Right.
tell me what the big Micro Machines VR. Yeah, so
Mm-hmm.
that got announced a little while ago, but it is coming pretty soon. The trailer is on the Quest store. It looks a little cheesy, but I also think it might actually be pretty fun because I didn't play with a lot of Micro Machines when I was a kid, but I did play with a
Oh,
lot
I
of
did.
Hot Wheels. I loved
Oh.
Hot Wheels. But you can build your own tracks and stuff in this, and I think it looks
I can
pretty
go.
cool.
I can go back in my storage room right there and grab you some Micro Machines. man.
Yeah,
It's
see,
good
I got
stuff.
Hot
love
Wheels.
them.
I was all about Hot Wheels. Micro Machines were too small.
Yeah, but when I was like a little kid, you could like take them with you, and that was cool.
Yeah,
Like you could
that's
take
true.
like 30 of them with you, like to a
Bundle in
restaurant
your
as a little
pocket.
kid or something. Yeah,
so this
exactly.
might be a pretty good game. The mixed reality mode's pretty cool. You could like jump the cat and stuff. You know what I mean?
Right.
That'd be-
That's cool because we saw that. What's the other one that I was playing for a while?
Yeah,
there was.
I can't remember.
I
You
can't think of
were
the name of it
playing
off the top of my head now. I know it looks like
I think
basically
it was
just
a
stole that.
App Lab game or something.
Yeah, I
wasn't
think it was.
Yeah. So I mean, I don't know. I think this looks
Cool, fun.
fun.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Portal through the wall. Come
I
back
think it's
out.
cool.
Might be kind of cool.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm down to play it. So somebody said I saw something about Power Washer. It's not about power. So Sim said Power Wash Simulator isn't about working. It's about meditating. It's
Exactly.
relaxing. So I guess maybe some people find. I just don't. I don't know. I just don't have any desire. I don't have. Any, I mean, like I said, I have limited playtime. It's not something
Right.
I'm like, God, I can't wait to watch Power Wash.
So I will say, my wife loves to sweep. Like if there was a sweeping simulator, she does that to relax. So there are people that do that.
I guess that makes no sense to me.
I know.
I sweep
get it,
because I'm
but-
like, oh, I should probably sweep the floor, not because I can't wait to sweep the floor. does nothing for me.
Yeah, some people it does though. I
guess
I
so.
witness it.
I mean, I guess so.
It's a good thing for me. I like it.
Let's try. Who wants to try to call in? So, like we talked about at the beginning of the show, we're going to try to do some call-ins on Discord and see how this works.
Oh man,
So, if somebody wants to try to call me on Discord, I know VR.
this is gonna
Ender's
go
Arcade.
awry. I need more
Yeah,
coffee.
this could go a little
I
crazy.
need Bailey's.
We're gonna
Where's
see.
Bailey's
We're gonna see
here?
how this works. This is a test bed today. If it goes good, we're gonna probably do it again some more in the future. I think it'd be cool to get some other people's perspective other than these two nerds that sit up here all the time. See what they're thinking, what they're playing. I don't know. Essentially, we're going to do it through Discord. I don't want to do it in one of the general chat things where just anybody can jump in because it's going to be hard to mediate that, and there's going to be a lot of people talking over each other, so I don't know if I want to do that. But if somebody wants to call me on Discord, I know VR Ender's Arcade talked about maybe trying it. Artful, I tried to get Fluke. He said, no, I don't like you guys, and I was like, well, that's not nice. And then, not really, but we could get Classy Grandma, anybody that wants to call in, have a little chat, just a couple minutes. I don't want to, I mean, we've already went a little long today, so I don't want to go all day, but I thought it'd be kind of cool. So anybody on here that wants to call in, shoot me.
Hey, Wes.
It can be video chat. Wes is awesome, dude.
Wes can call in.
Met him at CES.
Wes
That was
is
super
awesome.
cool.
Wes needs to come over and help me with the stuff on the shows.
Yeah, true that.
But
You can do either video chat or audio chat. Oh, VR Ender's Arcade. Okay, so let me get him in, see how this works. see
Keep
if I
the
remember how to do
volume
this.
down first. Get it in there.
Okay.
Open it up. Pop out.
Can you hear me, Enders?
You got to go to pop out.
Ian, can you hear me?
I hear you.
All right.
Why can I not get pop out?
Now we're talking.
How do I get this big? There we go.
There you go.
Pop out.
Yeah.
Boom. Is he behind me?
Told you.
There he is.
Good
Hello.
stuff.
Hey, man. How's it going?
Pretty good. Thanks for having me on the show.
No problem.
Oh, yeah.
So hopefully everybody can hear him okay. We hear him. We did a little test show before we went live, and we had Enders and Artful and stuff calling, or Fluke and Artful couldn't get called in. But we had a couple people just call and test out. But so what is going on, Enders Arcade, VR Ender?
You just call me Ender. I think the channel's name would be VR Arcade.
Yeah,
Doesn't make a lot of sense. Whatever.
So what have you been playing? What have you been enjoying? What's been going on in your world?
Playing. I hopped into, for the first time, I know I'm way overdue, Walking Dead Saints and Sinners.
For the
Did a little
first
stream
time?
of that.
That was the first time you played it?
Yeah, I know. I just had it in a
goodness.
Humble Bundle for so long, and I'm not a big fan of horror games, so I took my time getting around to it. And yeah, pretty cool game. I've only scratched the surface. Figured it was appropriate for Halloween, and really good with the blacks and the crystal.
No doubt, no doubt. So how is that, Crystal? I know you got a video
Really?
coming up pretty soon.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna do a premiere on Tuesday night, and it's pretty cool. It's expensive. I love it. It's not for everyone. It's heavy. It's a tinker's headset, all that stuff you've heard.
For sure.
But I really, for those who can afford it, granted, I got it for free. I didn't pay for it. I can't afford it. But for those who can afford it, it's really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's basically what you described is why I ended up not getting it. I was all in and buying it, planning on buying it, pre-ordered it the whole bit. And then we tried it at CES. It was just too much weight. And I have neck issues as it is. So that front weight, I just couldn't deal with. It was kind of a deal breaker for me. It looked amazing visually. It's really good. And the features, and I like tinkering with stuff. I have PyTool, I have PyMaxes myself. So to go to that, it was kind of second nature. It just was kind of just too much. I can't do it. And I'm trying to get away from all that.
Yeah, I totally get it. It is by far the heaviest headset I've worn. I think overall it's heavier. I felt less pressure right here than I did with the Index, but the Studio Form Creative Strap, I added that. It distributes it better, but it's still more weight than I've seen in any other headset. So I get it.
What head strap do you have? Do you just have the soft strap with it in that Studio Form thing, or do you have their deluxe audio or deluxe strap kind of thing?
Yeah, to my knowledge, it's the same strap. I think it's the old Vive, one of the old Vive head straps. I never had it, and then they just add on. I've got the Premier DMAS headphones,
Okay,
right? Those
yeah.
off-ear headphones.
Yeah, awesome.
They did offer at one point, and I don't know if they have it for the Crystal. Actually, I didn't look at that. The wider face, they have a facial interface that's like double the width. It's really kind of weird looking, but it's almost like your whole face sits on it instead of just one little area. But I don't know if they offer that for the Crystal, actually.
Yeah, I'm not sure. We got to change the focus on that camera because it keeps searching. But next show, remind me. But sorry, go ahead, Ender.
So it comes with, and I don't have it on right now. I've got the Vive tactile interface on here, so the little one that snaps in for force feedback from bHaptics. But it comes with one that, I don't know if you can see this, but it extends a little bit more into your forehead, almost like kind of a faux halo strap, so it kind of gives you a little more weight distribution up here.
Yeah.
But I didn't stick with that for a couple of reasons. Number one, the texture, it's worse than the Quest 3's current facial interface foam. And then, you can't clean it. I'm doing the Try My Tech thing. I'm sharing it with other people. So I tried to wash it, and, a lot of fuzz comes off. So yeah, I did a Vive Pro thinner interface that another YouTuber recommended. That's 6 millimeters versus I think 11 or 12 is the standard size, and that works pretty well.
Huh, pretty awesome. So how has the Try My Tech? Have you had your first actual client? I know you had some friends and stuff over. I watched those videos. It's pretty cool. How did the first one actually go?
It went great. So I had Jake over, and he was here to check out the crystal. He had pre-ordered it, canceled it, wasn't sure if he wanted to go through with it or not because of the, Pimax and their initial issues.
Right.
Was kind of worried.
Always.
So he got to try it out. Was really impressed with the visual quality. He has a PSVR 2. He goes back to the Rift days. So it was the first person I had over who actually really knew VR and was kind of a VR veteran. So it's really easy just letting him play, just shooting and talking with him. So he's probably not sure if he's going to go with it or not. He feels like maybe more the Beyond because he likes the darker blacks, but he's not sure about some of the other trade-offs. So he's still on the fence, but it's cool. He got to come over and try it, and hopefully he's going to come back and try out the cat I have over here too. So yeah,
nice.
It's going well.
Nice. So just out of curiosity, when you go to jump into VR, well, you're probably not the best person to ask, because for me, I hate the barrier of entry stuff. And for you, that's clearly not the case with the catwalk and all that stuff. But when you go to jump into play something, what headset are you grabbing? Because I know you have multiples, and what is it that you're like, oh, I'm going to play something, I'm going to grab this headset?
I mean, right now it's the Index because it's the most gorgeous visuals, and for me that's the most important thing, not seeing any screen door or aliasing or whatever the terminology is, just kind of feeling like I'm in the world of the game as much as I possibly can be without anything that kind of breaks that. I know it gets overused, immersion. So for me it is currently the Crystal, but if I'm doing the treadmill and I want more range of movement and I don't want to be wired, then the Quest 3 is a close second. Used to be for streaming the Index, but now if I can just use the Crystal and I get to keep it, I don't know. We'll see.
Right.
Then it'd be the Index for my backup.
Nice.
Do you have a G2 there by chance, or have you been in a G2?
I do have a G2. Yeah. I haven't used it in a while, and I'm embarrassed to say I got a little sunspot on it not in the middle of my vision, a little off center. Yeah. It's
that hurts.
I mean, I dealt with it as an early adopter. I had connection issues. I loved it for Elite Dangerous, which was like my third favorite game to play. But then, the controller issues were an issue. I added the Index controllers. That works. It's a massive headache, even for me, right? The guy who will put on all this gear before he hops into VR. It was too much of a headache. So
yeah,
haven't used it in a while.
Yep.
For me, that's why the Quest platform now, especially with the Quest 3 being pretty good, it's such an easy thing to jump in. I mean, I was thinking about it earlier today, and I was like, man, I haven't even played the PSVR 2 in a while, and there are a couple things I want to hop in there and play. But even that is more work. Turning on the PlayStation, which I know hasn't been on in a while, and I'll have to update, but that's not even the fact. But just turning that on, connecting it, getting going is just, I mean, I can throw the Quest 3 on and be in VR in like seconds, and it's just, for me, it's hard to beat that. And without, having the wire or anything else, it's like, I still would like to get a Crystal, but it's like, I just don't honestly know how much I would really use it other than like for sim racing and stuff,
Yeah, it's not for everyone. It's for someone who's like me, who's going to play, all the time you spend on getting a flat to VR mod to game to work, right? Stuff like that. If you enjoy getting everything just the way you want it, then it's great.
I'm not that person. Like I don't. If I was single and just had a ton of free time, I would probably be all about that. But just having limited free time, like I want to be able to utilize that time as best I can. I want to play something. I don't want to try to play something and have to tinker with it for an hour. That stuff drives me crazy sometimes.
See, I am 100% that way. I will sit there at my computer to get something to work for 3 or 4 hours to get one thing to work perfectly, just to try it out and stuff, which that's what I have been doing. And with sim racing and stuff and flight sims, you kind of have to. I mean, you can fine tune that stuff till, for weeks if you really want to try and improve graphically or perform at anything. I don't know. I enjoy it, but you're signing up for that with Pimax for sure.
So I'm going to try. So we got somebody else wanting to call in, and this is, I'm not sure who this is. This is C, so bear with us. We might have to end it quickly because I don't know exactly who this is, unless it's Classy Grandma. Is it Classy Grandma? Because she said she might call in, but I'm not sure. So I don't know how to work this. I don't know if we can add them
This is
into
going
the
to
call.
go royally bad.
I don't know if we can add them into the call, but okay. Well, I'm gonna sign off with you, Enders. Try and get somebody else in here. I really appreciate you coming on.
Yeah, thanks, man.
Keep an eye out for his Pimax review coming up. I
Yes.
definitely want to see that and see how that's treating him. But thanks for coming on, chatting with us for a minute.
Thanks for having me.
See you, man.
Thanks. See ya. All right. So if the other person wants to call back,
This is going to go so bad, I bet. Show
right,
today.
I'm connected.
Yes, Brennan.
Hello,
hey, who's this?
Classy Grandma.
That's what
No,
I
it
thought,
is.
but it
Yeah,
just says
yeah.
C. So
Yep.
I was like, I have no idea. So she doesn't have video, but she does have audio.
Yep.
One of the most fun people to play VR with, as we've had lots of good times. How are you doing?
doing great.
So what?
I'm so glad you guys are back.
I know. Yeah, I know. I know.
We're not full. We're not at full capacity, but we're definitely back to some extent, which is definitely a fun thing to do. But
Yeah, I've been playing a lot of VR though lately. I can't.
Yeah.
We haven't been doing shows yet, but we got to get our feet wet into some games here.
sure.
So that's what we're doing.
so what have you been playing, Classy?
Man, I've been playing Genotype.
What do you think?
Oh, I love that game. Are you kidding me?
So what
Really?
do you love about it? Because neither one of us have played it yet.
Sell us on it.
The graphics are really great. I got to actually play test this game at the very beginning. And I quickly watched it grow, and then they, of course, teased me. I got, but it came out, and they're actually going to be doing an update for the Quest 3 quickly.
Wow.
So that
And-
update hasn't come out yet.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it has. Okay.
Dude.
I thought you meant they were like updating the graphic stuff for the Quest 3, so I didn't know if that was out yet. Like I said, I haven't played it yet.
No, there's a little bit of update, but it's so cool because it's got a story behind it. The little creature guns are just so awesome.
I might have to
It's
play
just-
this. Because you're not the
Really?
first one that has told me that it's
I know.
really good. And so I have heard it a couple times, but it's just something I have not hopped into yet. And that might be something I have to try out.
Yeah, even Q2C, Eric
Yeah.
Master,
Yep.
put it up there in his top 25 games, buddy.
Heck
Yeah.
yeah. I got to jump in there. I know
I know.
Paradise Decay was talking about it as well. So,
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not always how something
Well,
looks; it's how it plays.
yeah.
Yeah, well, it to me it feels really good. It's one of those great games. I mean, do you guys like Hubris?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Hubris is a good game.
Okay, well then you'll like Genotype.
That's
yeah.
awesome.
I'll have to hop in there.
I know.
Definitely.
Yeah, so I'm gonna give it that much of a coolness factor.
How many coffees would you give it out of 5 coffees? How many would you give it?
I'm gonna go 4.5 at least.
Ooh,
That's pretty
okay,
good.
okay,
That's
that's up
pretty
there.
good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
that's
pretty
definitely
good.
pretty good.
Now, yeah, and if this update does as well as I think it might do, then I'm gonna give it a full 5.
Whew.
Maybe
Nice.
add a little Bailey's in there.
There you go. Now we're talking my language.
There we go.
Now we're on
that's
after show.
awesome.
That's after show stuff.
Yeah, right. So, have you been playing any multiplayer stuff? I know we've played. We played Uno. We've played what's the
Dude.
Among Us, all kinds of stuff.
Yeah. Where have you been since?
I
those
know.
days?
I pretty much took off all summer, but I've definitely been playing a lot more now. So we definitely have to hop into some. Have you been playing any multiplayer stuff with everybody?
I've been playing Breachers.
Oh, that's
Oh,
good.
yeah.
Love
I'm
Breachers.
trying desperately to get into Ghost of Tabor.
Oh, that's good
Yeah,
too.
that's a good game.
I haven't been
That's
in
a very
there in
good
a
game.
while.
I haven't
and
been
I'm
in a
sure
while
they've done
either.
some updates too. That's a good game.
I know. I just go and I don't have like this group to play with. Most of you guys stay up till late at night and being old and
Not me. I don't
stuff.
stay up late.
Oh my god, I go in there and get my butt kicked.
Yeah, that game you definitely need a group of people that know what they're doing because if
Oh,
you
yeah.
run into the wrong people in that game,
Oh,
you're
you're
getting
wiped.
tore
Yeah,
up.
oh, yeah.
So that game
I
is definitely
know.
important to have good people.
I know, right? I love Scott, but oh god, if I ever meet that man.
It's funny how you learn people in certain games and stuff and know them because of how good they are too.
Well, that's the developer guy, right?
He made the game.
Yeah, that's the developer.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right.
Scott. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, he's the CEO for Wobble. So, but I do. I mean, stupidly, I think I bought this game maybe 3 times for myself.
Oh yeah. Have you tried Dungeons of Eternity yet? We were talking about that some today. Have you tried that yet?
I want to, but the power sucking kind of scares me a little bit, and I cannot stay in that Quest headset for more than 30 minutes.
You still have the soft strap?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah,
I've
that's
got that little rubber band thing.
Nope.
I won't say what I think of it.
Yep. We've said it plenty.
I feel you. I couldn't last more than 30 minutes with that either.
No,
I was
it's
really
trash.
struggling. Yeah, I had to immediately get something else.
How the hell did you get yours so darn fast?
Oh, did you miss our Bobo section there? So I have
I
one.
saw you Bobo section, but I have looked on their
You won't
place
find
to
it.
order this Momo. I can't find it.
Nope.
Yep. Yeah, it is.
Need it?
Every once in a while it pops up for pre-order. I did get one in for the pre-order. Mine's supposed to be here November 16th or 15th.
Mine too.
But this is one they actually sent me. So this one just showed up like last week. So I got really lucky that they actually just sent me one. And that's the only reason I have it so far. So I'm still kept my pre-order for the one that I have pre-ordered on Amazon. And I think we're probably going to do a giveaway with that one once it shows up. Because I wasn't canceling that pre-order. They're too hard to get.
Yeah, right? Trust me, somebody's going to want it.
So definitely sign up for that once we get it. So once we get it, we'll definitely do some
But
kind of
it looks
giveaway.
like they will go in stock or at least be able to buy it around the 15th because that's when mine now shows too. It was supposed to be the 28th. It was supposed to
Is
be
it
like 2
showing
weeks
on
ago.
Amazon now again? Because
But-
I know it sometimes shows unavailable and
I think it was
sometimes.
supposed to be the 21st and then it went to the 28th and now it's to
Yeah.
the 15th. I don't know. They keep pushing it, so I'm not too hopeful for that, but it looks to be around the 15th, I think.
It says unavailable again on Amazon.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
Go
it's
to
still
Amazon,
unavailable, but
unavailable.
should drop on the 15th. And if it's Amazon, you get a couple days shipping on it. So
Yeah.
pretty quick.
Yeah, right.
I know.
Did you guys notice that Ender had the same shoes as Tyler?
Those shoes?
Yeah.
Did
Oh,
he?
really? I didn't even notice that.
Uh-uh.
Yep. They were back there on his little thing. But,
That's
Tyler,
funny.
dude, look at that wheel.
Oh, I know.
Steering wheel.
So it's kind of crazy. And I saw somebody talking about the Moses stuff being like super expensive and stuff. It actually isn't that bad unless you want to step up into like the super strong stuff. It's really not horrible. And this actually isn't like, it is a GT style wheel, but it's an add-on for the stock wheel that you get with the R5 bundle. So I think it was only like another, I don't know, $39-$40, something like that for the 300 mil GT wheel. And you actually unbolt the old one from it and put that one on, which is super nice, but you can't go back and forth. So I am going to get another one now. I might get an actual round wheel probably too. I actually might go to Micro Center tomorrow.
Oh, yeah.
And they have them in stock, but I have to drive like an hour and some to even get to one.
Yeah.
But man, it's so good, this wheel. It does all the nice little clicky things
Clicky
and all that
sounds
fun
and-
stuff.
That stuff's
it's
pretty
so good.
similar price to Fanatec, though, isn't it? Because
I actually would think it's a little cheaper.
Is it a little cheaper than Fanatec?
They have one now, a wheel that's like this. It's actually more of a true GT wheel. I think it's like $350, maybe. No, $279. I'm sorry. Where a comparable Fanatec's going to be like around $400 or $500, I think. But man, it's so good. I can't live without it now. It's like once you have it, you can't go back. And the NRG, it's got the real adapters, which I think we talked about
Yeah.
last
I don't know if it's just me
show,
and you
or maybe
talked
not.
about that, or-
But I have like old wheels that I could put on an actual NRG coupler. So like out of my Triumph TR6, I could literally stab it on and drive with that wheel, which is what I love about it. I think we talked about that, but I could be wrong. But yeah, it's
Okay,
super
now,
cool.
when you say NRG coupler, is that how you would, does this go to that roller coaster chair? Or does this just-
So any wheels can go to the roller coaster chair, but what those are, they're actually like a real racing hub. Like it's a quick disconnect. So when you get out of a race car, you have to pop them off to get the wheel out of the way. So it has those real things out of real cars that then you can use on this, which is really cool. You just don't have any fun buttons and all that stuff, but in an old analog wheel, you wouldn't anyways.
You wouldn't anyways.
Right.
And Tyler still hasn't got his y'all 2 yet. He's still salty
Oh,
about that.
that's
So we probably shouldn't bring that up right now.
No, well, we're poor people. We can't afford that.
It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
Well, he backed it. He backed
Oh, yeah.
it as well. So we both did the
Yeah.
Kickstarter backer, but his just They haven't been shipping to the backers. They've been shipping to people paying bigger bucks for them now. So, unfortunately.
Yep. I know.
So have you guys tried the Vampire Masquerade?
I haven't played that one yet either. There's a couple new ones that I've had my eye on, but I just haven't played them yet.
Right.
Yeah, I want to do that. What about you? No, Tyler's shaking her head.
No, I haven't either. I saw it dropped. I haven't had time in the last 2 days, I think, when it dropped to play it. But I may this weekend. I don't know. Dungeons of Eternity, it's just kind of
I know when I think
what I
want
to jump into right now.
That's what I want to play.
I try to play something like while I want to play it, and then I leave that game there and let it rest for a little bit, and then I go back when I'm looking for something new. I guess is a good way of describing it.
But see, I'm waiting on like Assassin's Creed.
Yeah,
right.
Badly.
That's
and
gonna
then
be so
of course
good.
Arizona Sunshine 2. So it's like, okay,
Right.
do I buy this one? Do I buy that one? Do I buy that one?
Yep. I just like to enjoy them when they come out, and then I go to other stuff. I guess I don't know
Unless
why.
it's like our staples, like
Oh yeah, absolutely. I'll jump right in.
contractors,
Yeah.
you know, what I mean, stuff like that. Some stuff we
Yeah.
never get fully away from, but
Right.
yeah.
Oh, I hear you, darling. I think I've got, oh my God, probably about 150 games yet. And how many have I completed? 0.
Yep.
Because I go in there and it's like, this is so cool. I don't want it to end.
Yeah.
So I'll go back later and then play some more.
Yep, no doubt.
Yeah.
No doubt. Good stuff. Well, thank you for coming on, hanging out with us. It's pretty cool to kind of do this. I think we should probably do this a little more often.
Yeah.
And I think it'll be easier to do now that people kind of know about it, so they can be a little bit maybe prepared for it.
True.
Next time, this was something we just kind of dropped at the last minute.
Yeah.
So, and I don't know. I mean, the bad thing is it's going to add length to the show quite a bit. I don't know how we want to do this.
We could always do an after show.
Yeah, that's
you
true.
know you love us, and
We do.
You just you gotta have a fun Saturday.
No doubt.
And hello to my friends in the chat. Whoop whoop.
There you go. See, I know everyone's calling you out. They're like, it's
Oh, yeah.
classy, call it in.
Yeah,
We're
people
like,
know who Classy Grandma is. There's no
Yep.
doubt about that. That name is a staple in the community
Okay.
now.
That scares me.
No, it shouldn't. Not at all.
For sure.
Okay,
But
guys, don't forget to like, subscribe, ring the bell, or else you won't know when these guys are pouring coffee all over their computer.
Stop. I do. I know.
That's
I know. As long as it's not on my wheel, I'm good. I'm
or
good.
in your shoes.
What? Yeah.
Okay, love you guys.
I love you.
See you,
Bye.
Classy. See ya.
See ya. All right. I don't know if anybody else is calling in. I don't see anybody ringing, but maybe we should probably end it off there. Doing a little test worked pretty good. We've run an hour and a half, but definitely next time. I don't know. Let us know, in the comments or on here what you guys think of doing something like this. Is this something we should integrate into the show, do an after show where we kind of talk about things with people afterwards? I have no idea, but it's kind of just a cool idea. And we're like, wonder if we can make this work. And we were kind of scrambling right before the show went live just to test it out and see if it was even possible.
Yeah.
And it works pretty good. It's pretty easy.
We could even just do an after show. Where's the Bailey? See, I know.
Yeah.
Everyone else needs it too. So do I.
No doubt.
But yeah, no, I think it'd be fun. We have some other things, mobile cameras. We could go even a little more chill and do some other things too. So
Yeah.
we'll see. Maybe we
like
could
playing
split
around
up
with this stuff.
Yeah, do an hour show and do a 20-minute after show or something. Split it up a little. Who knows?
Yeah, that's true.
But yeah, thought it'd be something different for you guys and hear the inside of what everyone in your community basically is playing and doing and
I
stuff.
mean, the Classy Grandma talking about genotype, and
Exactly.
why she loves it so
and
much.
everyone in chat too, which was awesome. Everyone's like, yeah, genotype's amazing. So I think that's going to be my
I'm gonna
next.
have to play. What about the vampire one? The new vampire? Is it Vampire Slayer? Or
It
whatever
looks
it's called?
It looks.
Has anybody
okay.
played that? Let us know in the chat what you guys think of it.
Yeah.
I don't know it's not one that I was like, oh, I gotta play this, but
I think it looks a little more like just gimmicky to me, but it might be fun just because it looks
you
like
never
something
know.
though.
And that's the hard part with the view. Well, I mean, the good thing is you can return them. The good thing with meta is you can buy them and return them, so you can kind of almost demo stuff, I guess, that way.
Right, that's true. You're
so
right.
Maybe it's worth checking that out.
Yeah, no, I get it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Awesome. Well,
Yeah.
I guess we should wrap it up. There is still another meta gift card giveaway going on in the Discord.
I'll make sure that's in the description if you
section.
don't have it after we finish because I can't edit that now, but I will.
And Virtual Stranger said genotype is awesome. So
Yeah, see,
heard
I know,
Vampire
I know
one is
us.
good. Brandon said Vampire one is good. So maybe I'll check it
Interesting.
out.
Good. Why? Is it good because of the gameplay or just because of what you're doing? That's what I'm curious about.
I don't know. I do want to play more.
I mean, it is fitting
Dungeons
for
and Dragons.
VR, just to bite into stuff like.
Oh my goodness.
No, I've been watching. So I just ordered, and I'm going to go off track real quick.
Oh boy, here we go.
I ordered Army. I haven't watched it in forever, and I was telling the wife about it. She never saw it, so I ordered Army of Darkness. If you know what that is, you'll know what I'm talking about. But it's a super good movie to watch right now.
What is it?
It's.
I don't know what it is.
Do you know what Evil
Sounds
Dead is?
familiar.
Do you know what Evil Dead is?
Is it a movie?
Yeah, Evil Dead's a set of movies that it was like a horror movies, right? Army of Darkness is
familiar.
just like it's Bruce Campbell, stuff like that. It's so
Gotcha.
good, but it's a very like old horror, but with comedy in it. It's so good. Army of Darkness, highly recommend it, even if you haven't seen Evil Dead. It's so good. But that, and I've convinced her to watch Stranger Things.
Oh yeah,
Because she
I've
would
never
not watch
seen
it. I bought the DVDs for it and stuff because I wanted all the
never
4K UHD stuff. And she said she would watch it. So hopefully, everyone says it's so good. I'm sure everyone in chat will say the same thing too. But is this the video or a picture?
it's a video.
This is the video?
Just
Okay.
not doing
Yeah.
anything yet. There we go.
There it goes. It's
So
just an
I forgot I wanted to show this. This is that
Evil Dead
sphere.
3,
We saw them
yes.
building this sphere. We were at CES last year in Vegas. And so they have Asgard's Wrath on there, and it looks really cool.
It is
actually,
cool.
It looks so awesome. So is this thing just like essentially a big billboard?
Yeah.
Like does Meta just pay a bunch of money to get this on
Yeah,
there to play?
everyone at Xbox
That's
has.
such a good idea. Why didn't
Yeah.
we build a big sphere?
You know how much? Did you see the
I
panels
know,
that were
dude.
going
That
up
thing
when
was
we
probably
saw
so
this?
expensive to build,
my
but
gosh,
how much do you
dude.
think Meta paid to get this up there though? And they did a really good job. Like how cool would that be to see in person?
I have no idea. It'd be insane though.
Yeah, but it's got to be expensive to get it on there because I mean they got to pay for that thing somehow. Like I'm sure that thing was crazy
Yes,
expensive.
artful. That's what I'm working on. I want to watch it before it comes out.
Yeah,
That's the problem.
Yeah,
she
that's
won't
true.
watch it with me. See, everyone says how good it is. You need to watch Army of Darkness. It's so good.
'Kay.
It really is.
okay.
It's so cool, man. I'm telling you.
I've been watching.
I don't mess with stuff like
Been
that.
watching Upload on Amazon, the VR show. This is the 3rd season.
Wait, it's out?
Yeah,
Are you
they only
kidding me?
put 2 episodes out a week, so there's 2 episodes every Friday. It's such a weird,
Dude,
weird
it's
show,
so
but
good.
it is kind of good.
I love it.
The beginning of the first season, I was like, "Oh, this is terrible," but then I got kind of hooked on it. So we've been watching
Dude,
that. We
you
watched the
just
2 episodes
made it.
last night.
Yes.
So you should have.
We've been waiting on
You
that.
should have 4 or 6 episodes you can watch right now. I'm trying to think of how many weeks. I think it's 6.
I can't wait.
I think it's 6 episodes you should be able to watch now. So it's pretty interesting. But yeah,
love
anyways, we should probably get out of here because we've already rambled on for a pretty long time.
That's all right. It happens.
But it
We
does
can go
happen.
drive some cars.
True that.
So good. Oh, wait.
We got timed up pretty good. That was pretty good.
We've driven way too many cars together. I know where he shifts. I know that when the car goes sideways, he likes to pull the wheel to the side so it kicks out. I know how it goes.
Oh boy. All right, how do we do the ending chat on this one? Is it the red button?
Yes, you have to hit the red button, then we should mute ourselves this time.
Okay.
We're not talking through the last. No.
All right. Anyways, thanks for hanging out, everybody. It's been fun. As always,
Yes.
we enjoy seeing everybody.
It is.
Thanks for Classy and Enders coming on,
Yep.
chat with us a little bit.
Lincoln
Let us
Clay.
know in the comments and stuff of what we
go.
should do with that in the future because I think it was kind of fun and it's easy to do. So let us know.
Yeah.
And when is the next show? Susan Cottrell.
2 weeks. 2 weeks.
I don't know what's 2
I
weeks.
think we need to do one. What is that? Before Black Friday and after? Wait, this is before. No. What is it? Yeah.
I don't know. What's
2
the
weeks
date?
would put us
Today's
before
like the
Black
3rd or
Friday,
4th?
right?
Today's the 4th. Stop clicking. So you said 2 weeks. That would be the 18th.
Yes. So it would be right before Black Friday. So we could talk about all the stuff
So we
that
could
could be
try.
coming out for that.
So no promises. Let's try for the 18th. We are trying to get the show up ahead of time the night before. That's what we did this weekend. We got it up. Last 2 shows actually we got it up the night before. So hopefully we can do that. Get it up the night before, and so you guys know a little bit more of a heads up.
Come on.
Oh boy. All right, we're out of here. Thanks
right, guys.
everybody for hanging out. Have a great weekend.
See ya.
See you next time. Into VR in 2016. That was when we first we got the Rift.
Howdy, howdy.
Hey, it worked. It worked.
he is.
Perfect.
We're lucky to be here. I will admit that. My name's Tyler. This is Sean. We're Rendered Reality, and we were definitely up late playing some VR last night.
Yeah.
Hole is bigger.
That's what I was thinking.
Not always better.
That's
Keep it PG, boys.
I mean, right? We don't know like how much sound is coming out of it.
It's true.
Right.
Is there more sound coming out of it? We don't know.
Yeah.